What does it truly mean to be free? We often think of freedom as the absence of external chains. But what about the invisible prisons we build for ourselves? The dependence on our morning coffee, the craving for others' approval, the slavery to our own comfort. These are the chains that truly bind us. The Stoics understood that real freedom is an inside job. It's about mastering ourselves, our habits, and our minds. Today, we'll explore how to break these inner chains and claim the one power that no one can ever take away: the vulnerability of dependence. Show me a man who is not a slave. One is a slave to lust, another to greed, another to ambition, and all are slaves to fear. I will name you a consular man who is a slave to a little old woman, a rich man who is a slave to a serving maid. I will show you youths of the noblest birth in bondage to pantomime players. No servitude is more disgraceful than that which is self-imposed. Seneca, Moral Letters to Lucilius. We are all dependent in one way or another. We are accustomed to our habits, to our coffee, to our comfort, to the approval of others. These dependencies mean that we are not the masters of our own lives, they are. Epictetus said, "Whoever wishes to be free, let him neither seek nor shun anything that is in the power of others. Otherwise, he will inevitably become a slave." At any moment, the objects of our affection can be taken away from us. Our habits can be broken. A doctor might forbid us from drinking coffee, and we will find ourselves in a very uncomfortable situation. That's why we must strengthen ourselves by testing our dependencies before they become too strong. Can you go without something for a day? Can you go on a diet for a month? Can you resist the urge to grab your phone and make a call? After the first couple of times, it won't be so bad. Have you ever driven a friend's car while your own better one was in the shop? Was it really that terrible? Make yourself invulnerable to your dependence on comfort and convenience, or one day your vulnerability will bring you to your knees. What is rest for? Leisure without study is death, and burial of a man alive. Seneca, Moral Letters to Lucilius. This self-mastery extends even to our moments of rest. You've earned a vacation. You've worked hard. You've made sacrifices. You've pushed yourself. It's time to take a break. So get on that plane, check into the hotel, and go to the beach. But keep a book with you, and not just some trashy beach read. Try to enjoy your rest like a poet, not idly, but actively, observing the world around you, absorbing it, and better understanding your place in the universe. Always take a day off from work, but never a day off from learning. Perhaps your goal is to earn enough money to retire early. Good for you. But the goal of retirement is not to live a life of idleness or to simply run out the clock. That would be too easy. Rather, it is the freedom to pursue your true calling, now that a major distraction has been removed from your path. To sit all day and do nothing? To watch endless television or just travel, moving through space and ticking boxes on a list? That is not life. That is not freedom. What will prosperity reveal? Even peace will give you reasons to fear. Once you have lost your spirit, you will not even trust your own safety. A soul accustomed to blind fear will be unable to care for its own salvation. It does not avoid, but runs away, and danger strikes us more easily from behind. Seneca, Moral Letters to Lucilius. This purposeful approach to life, whether at work or at rest, is crucial because it forges our character. And it's our character, not our circumstances, that ultimately determines our happiness. There's an old expression, money doesn't change people, It just makes them more of who they already are. The journalist Robert Caro wrote, "Power doesn't corrupt, it reveals." In a way, prosperity, both financial and personal, does the same. If your mind has developed a certain pattern, for example, a habit of panicking as Seneca writes, then it doesn't matter how good your situation becomes. You will still be open to panic. Your mind will find a reason to worry, and you will still be miserable. Perhaps even more so, because now you have more to lose. That is why it's foolish to hope for a lucky break. If there's anything to hope for, it is for the strength of character that will allow you to thrive when fortune smiles upon you. Or better yet, to work for such a character and confidence. Look at every action, every thought, as a building block needed to create an indestructible character. Try to make each one strong and meaningful. You hold the trump cards. So, as was fitting, the gods have made dependent on us only the most excellent of all things and the most dominant, the right use of our impressions. All other things are not dependent on us. Was it because they did not want to? I think that if they could, they would have placed everything else in our power as well. But they simply could not. Epictetus, Discourses. So, if our character is the only thing that truly matters, how do we build it when so much in life seems out of our hands? This is where the Stoics give us our most powerful tool, our ultimate trump card. We could look at the day ahead and despair over everything that is not up to us. Other people, our health, the weather outside, the outcome of a project once it has left our hands. Or we could look at that very same day and rejoice in the one thing that is up to us, the ability to decide what any of these events mean to us. The second option gives us absolute power, a true and pure form of control. If you controlled other people, wouldn't other people also control you? Instead, you have been given the fairest and most useful trump cards. You do not control external events, but you retain the ability to decide how to react to them. You control what each of these events means to you personally. This includes the very problem that is directly in front of you right now. If approached correctly, you will find that this trump card is more